channel. I'm going to be making a series of short episodes about sound design and gaming, starting with a modern classic and a personal favourite of mine, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. A little about me, my name is Ryan, I'm a sound designer and composer from Glasgow working under the name The Giant Peach, because I am a giant peach. I play a hell of a lot of games, and I've done so for most of my life. I was interested in sound design long before I understood what it was. Even as a kid I found sounds from games to be some of the most memorable parts of the game, namely all the amazing sounds from Halo. I plan to cover Halo in the future, so keep an eye on that, but enough about me. Let's Smash, bro. I decided to start off with Smash Bros because it's one of the most popular games going right now. It's a lot of fun and it really drags the passion out of players. Bringing together around 80 characters from over 30 different game franchises, this creates an interesting dynamic in itself. Because all these characters have already been fleshed out in their own games, the sounds that we hear and instantly recognise, yeah, they all work well when blended into this one platform. I'll be talking a lot more about the sound in the game, as well as recreating the Falcon Punch sound with a quick guide on how I've done so. So let's talk about context. Sound design is a crucial part of any game or film, but in a game like this where everything is so over the top and aesthetically surreal, just from witnessing Mario land a solid punch on Pac-Man's face, something that without Smash Bros would be impossible, the sounds that we hear need to make sense with what is happening. So let's take this little clip here for example. What you'll hear is me hitting my hand on my chest, a far more realistic interpretation of what a real punch should sound like. It sounds wrong, right? And even more so, it makes the game feel wrong. You no longer feel like you're involved in this grand scale struggle high above the ground, fighting for your life to stay on the platform. Instead you feel like you're playing a kid's game, without those big boy punches. And yeah, technically Smash is a kid's game, but it still appeals to all ages of course. Watch the same clip again. This time I'm going to be making the classic boom pow whack sort of sounds that we read from comic books with my mouth. For some reason I like that more. It's pretty stupid granted, but sometimes stupid is the right thing that you need. Sound design is not about taking the most serious route and sticking to the rules of what we expect from a sound. Rather it is a large scale experiment in which going off the beaten path and taking the road less travelled is the best way to truly achieve top quality original sounds. To give an example of why the context of sounds is so important, I've made a quick audio swap with a very contrasting style of game to Smash Bros. I've taken clips from GTA 5 and I've added some of the sounds from Smash to it. Got Yoshi's jumping there and some of Luigi's jabbing and Smash attack sound effects. While the jabbing and smash attacks might add a kind of fun element to the game, they don't make sense. They don't sound like you're actually hitting a real person, it sounds like a cartoon, which is one part of the context of Smash Bros really. Cartoony. The Yoshi jump, however, even if we imagine that of Franklin's voice from Grand Theft Auto, the over the top strain in Yoshi's voice as he squeezes every ounce of effort into jumping higher don't make sense in a realistic game setting. Franklin, no matter how hard he tries, can't double jump, so having an equivalent strain in a human voice would just sound like a grunt or heavy breathing. To show it the opposite way, if you take the classic wasted sound from GTA and put that over the game screen from Smash Bros, while it is still an interesting sound in its own right, it doesn't have the right vibe for watching Luigi beating people up. So now I'm going to show you how I made the Falcon Punch myself. Started off just with a voice at the top here. Falcon Punch! That was just me shouting Falcon Punch in the middle of the room, and I think it went quite well. I just had to pitch it up very slightly and I added a little bit of reverb. Here we have a gas hob being lit. That gives the imagery of the fire and it adds a bit of an oomph to the sound. Again, not too much done there, nothing on that, a little bit of overdrive on that, and the same there. Here we have a fireplace crackling. That just adds a bit of a build up and a letdown to the sound. Creates a lot more texture and gives it the flame that we really want to hear. Here we've got a pocket lighter. That's just pitched slightly differently. There's one in 12 semitones here, the other one's just a normal. I've added some frequency shifters just to give it that sort of sci-fi anime vibe to it. Simple. Here we have the risers. So we have my microwave and oven fan from a flat, building up and letting down, staggered around a little bit just to add a bit more texture and size to the sound. Adds a bit of punch. Here we have some acoustic guitar scratches. This was me just scratching the strings of my acoustic guitar and messing about with effects on them. They've all got slightly different things going on. This one has reverb, there's an auto filter, and the one at the top again I used the frequency shifter just to give that sci-fi feel to the sound. Sounds good. Here I've taken one of the celery cracks and let the volume just gradually go down throughout the sound. Duplicated it loads of times there, so it's exactly the same sound. It's basically just a different method of adding delay. Here we have a high glass smashing sound. It gives you that sort of shimmering effect that you hear in a lot of the bigger attacks in Smash Bros. It's very subtle and you can't really hear it in the main sound, but we know it's there, and that'll do. Yeah, it's not much, but it adds to it in the grand scheme of things. Here down the very bottom, at the very end, we have a Firework Phase. That is a firework going off. Is what it is. All in, that sounds like Falcon. That sounds pretty good. That sounds like Smash Bros. Let's have a look at that in context. Falcon. That's me done for the day. If you like what you've seen here, feel free to like and subscribe. I'm going to be making a lot more videos to do with sound design and composing and gaming, and I'm going to be covering a wide variety of game types. Thank you very much, and have a good day.